have a social event in the piano area, the piano lounge area. Are you talking about when you came upstairs and it's kind of like a horseshoe shaped area where the meet, yes, I met you, yes. So that's a great way to get the social. There was a lot of mixing going on. It was, it seemed to me that it was fair game for it to be networking. Everybody was kind of doing some of that as well too, which is nice. There's some of the people that you want to have involved where there's some events you go to that's not felt as open to do that, so go ahead and promote that, get people to know each other, other board members, prospective board members, just general members, everything else, and having fun, having a kiosk with an iPad or something so that people can register right there at the event if they want to, and then move the event into a formal setting where the audio is going to be better. I don't know what the...
I think funding is the key for
So
that.
what was the cost for the piano lounge? Was there any cost for that?
It was
300.
Yeah,
It was nominal.
It was nominal, and what do you think the room would be?
it's $10 a head.
To use a room?
They gave us the room, didn't they?
They gave us the room, but for the food and stuff like that, it was $10.
Yeah.
Yep, but to move into...
No, it was
a room-
$300, period.
You're talking about the piano room. I'm talking about
Oh, sorry.
the other.
Sorry.
That's what I'm saying, if you had the social aspect in the piano room, what would the cost be to move to a room? The additional
We can
cost?
ask, because I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Because
They
we
may
haven't
give
done
you
it like
that.
that.
If you've got a deal with them, you may be able to use a
Right.
piano bar and then use the room for free.
I'll ask.
So
Well,
you gotta
just-
negotiate with these guys.
You know, everything I do is, you know, all about where I can benefit and others can benefit. Certainly a corporate sponsorship of a room where it's made clear that I'm the corporate sponsor of the room and there's something that has my name up and I'm announced as a corporate sponsor of the room.
What do you think the corporate sponsorship is worth for house call company?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get any work from it, it's just another way to get my name out there,
Right.
you know. Depending on the number of people that you have there and how well it's promoted, maybe 500. I mean, certainly the people that are coming to these events typically are the kind of people that I want to know about my company, so.
Right.
Smart.
And I
Yeah.
may not be the only
Yeah.
person in the organization that would be interested in doing something like that. I mean, quite frankly, if we're gonna advance the organization, I can certainly, not use that myself, and maybe there's somebody that's corporate sponsorship that would do it even at a higher level too.
Right.
Where you would offer a corporate sponsorship for
Really?
$1,000, $2,000 for
Right.
somebody for the event. You could cover the event and use it as a fundraiser at the same time, to put
Correct.
money in the coffers. I'm not in a position to do that, but maybe there are other members who are large law firms. I know McGuire and Woods is always sponsoring events and things like that.
Bay Disposal was willing to sponsor one of our events, actually.
So $2,000 for Bay Disposal would be nothing, cover the cost of the meal, the goodies, the bar, and have some money left over as well, and why not support Bay Disposal? Invite everybody else to do something. And they did a tour and all that.
Right,
Wasn't that-
not us, yes,
Okay, there's something,
out in,
anyway, I don't want to sidetrack us too much on that, but if I was approached by the committee for that,
Gotcha.
I would be open to that.
Yeah.
And that would,
We even know the right number to ask.
yes. So, and I just think it's important, that the organization be seen at a high professional level with that.
How do we, question for the group here, how do we do sponsorships where it doesn't cheapen the group? And that probably isn't the right word. Can somebody help me here with what, compromise, yeah?
The word is prostitute. That's the word. We don't want to prostitute the organization. I think you just call it what it is. Say, our organization depends on our sponsors supporting these events.
Literally.
So that they can come here because this is a very important initiative. And because they're willing to do that, we want to prop them up so they can continue to support our organization in the future.
Do you
This
have-
is not about prostituting.
Do you have a
our
comfortable
organization.
feeling of how to handle these sponsorships and how to place them and so forth? Sylvia, hold on, Sylvia's got her hand raised, so let me put
no,
a
I don't
pause.
have my hand raised.
You
I'm
didn't?
Holding my chin, yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought I saw you do this.
It all depends on what you want from the sponsorship. I mean, what do you want them to, you know?
I want their money.
Well, I know that, but I mean, what are they gonna get for their $250 or their $500 or $1,000?
Right, right.
When I do fundraisers, they get something for that. They may get you know, 2 tickets to the event, they may get, you know, if there's a cost for the.
This all makes sense, right? You've got experience with this, Dean?
Yeah, but I think if you're, I'm just about calling truth into light. I think you
Yeah.
just let people know right up front we're very thankful to have ABC Company sponsoring this event. And although we never want to prostitute ourselves for the sake of raising money, our organization is extremely important, and anything that we can do to advance what we want to do, and strong strategic partners that have good organizations that are part of us, we want to promote them and utilize their resources. Please consider using ABC Company for all of your services, and please understand that this is never about selling ad space for our organization. It's about being responsible stewards of what we've been given. And that's what you're doing with it. And if you tell people that up front, then they understand it, they don't get a chance to formulate some negative opinion.
But they still want something for their money.
Like I said, I
We can
wanna-
figure that out.
I want, a little.
Sylvia, does it
stand
sound
up
like
and
you've
decide if
got
my
your
name
first
on it, or
committee member here?
Yes.
What are your
Second.
thoughts?
Well, I've said this so many times that we need to seek sponsorships. I've said that. And not only that, we can go after sponsors who are not directly involved in transit. That way we won't be prostituting ourselves. And we'll be pulling in new areas of people in different businesses and different outlooks
Mhm.
on public transportation to let them see why public transportation is a great need in our area.
our Norfolk Rotary, which I'm a proud member of right here in downtown Norfolk,
Right.
is seeking a $10,000 sponsorship for their gala event. They have
Mhm.
$4,000 or $5,000 sponsorships and some others that they're seeking, and they're very open about it.
I
And
see
this is some of the
sponsorships
biggest
All right,
in my
members in
own
Shanghai.
okay, I
so
think we've
understand
got a
that.
good start on that, right? We're on the same page? Do you have Dean's contact information?
I do.
Do you? Okay, we'll cancel that then. Carry on.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you, Dean.
Now there's
I love
three
it.
of us.
So we're gonna get on that right away.
Oh,
For
yeah, that's right.
for
That's
November
right.
12th.
Bill.
And that's pretty much the end of
Second
this,
committee member.
what I had to say.
Who will write the citation about the table?
I can take lead on that,
And
or I would feel comfortable taking lead if nobody else would like to.
And can I just ask you to grab someone else, and, because they may know things about him or have something to say that would be just as vital, and then just collaborate the two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
all the pressure won't fall
Yeah,
on
or
you.
we'd get somebody like Jim Oliver or Jim Babcock to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it into a resolution kind of
Right.
thing, whereas Ray Taylor was, to whereas Ray Taylor was, and then be resolved. And, you know.
Mm-hmm, whereas.
Yeah, yeah, like a resolution.
Yeah.
Like a frame resolution you can prevent.
We already decided to do this at the May meeting before that.
Yeah, and when you asked if he was ill, I had to lie.
That's what you lie about it being ill.
And, yeah,
Because that was my instructions.
Oh,
two other things that came, when I talked to Carolyn right after his death, that she was the one who told me that. I saw her at the funeral at the church.
Yeah.
She suggested that we invite his wife and family to our meeting in order to honor
Mhm.
him.
Yes.
And she suggested we send a donation in his name to
Ooh.
some
well,
organization.
didn't he, have in his obituary that very issue, sending something to you?
I think he did. I've got
Yeah.
all of that here.
Yeah.
Now, would the group do that, or would the group show an audience of 100 or 200 where they can do that? Or both?
She was suggesting that group, I've never dealt with this one before.
Well, if we have, I think we should do both, because if we have, if Mitch Silva needs a projector or something like that, we can put it up on the thing where they can send donations.
And he will need a projector.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, just have that,
But I thought it was, maybe not.
and that way everyone can write it, and you don't have to keep asking.
Most people put it in there, that's why. But I
Yeah.
thought he did when I read that.
Here's the whole packet.
Yeah. Well, maybe we could contact his wife and ask him.
Yeah.
If we wanted to do a donation where it would be.
Got the thing by Jim Oliver and all that.
Maybe something, he's very involved in veterans and stuff like that, maybe we could bring in wounded warriors or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then the last thing is, do we want to go forward with this? I'm willing to take the lead, but I mean, this would be, I don't know how we fund it or what we do. If we invited from the cities, the transportation planners, and maybe their bosses to an event with him now. We haven't asked him to do that about this. Do we want to do this, or is this just overwhelming? You know, in a way, I heard it last year, she did, and I thought he was stupendous, but with other, he's the chief planner for the city of Dalton. Is his message, his way of going about this, something that would inspire these people? Another possibility is to make special invitations to them, to his regular talk. And then suggest that we go together, touch street to take dinner afterwards or something. I don't know, guessing, but I would love for people like Jeff Robiski and Susan Norfolk and Susie Wilson and Portsmouth and so on to be able to.
If we can get the sponsorships, we can do whatever we want.
Should we invite,
Meaning, if we can afford it.
Well, since we're having an evening event, I was thinking of bringing him in on the 12th, as opposed to the day before, and then he could stay the evening, as opposed to staying 2 days.
When is he
For 2
coming in?
days.
When is it, you don't know yet.
I'm saying for him to arrive at 12.
But what
Tuesday.
time? I mean, what time
Early
are
in
you
the
looking?
morning.
Okay. Is he driving or flying?
Well, that's something the community needs to discuss.
Right.
Huh?
I'd like to get him to drive because it's cheaper.
Right. That's fine.
Could we, are you
And that's why it's important that.
trying to figure out what Judith is trying to suggest?
Donna, would you come jump here in the middle?
We make sure that
Right
he
here.
knows
Yeah,
so
we
he
can
can arrive.
I need a tripod. Yeah, and it's not gonna come out, we're not all gonna come
I'm
out,
not sure anybody would want to,
Well,
well,
that's-
I mean, if the event's over at, what, 7:30? Yeah, there might be a few people who might want to do that, but, if you're looking to get the planning directors, I would think that you might want to invite them to the event. To the main event, unless you have a bunch of.
We need to have his calendar determine his availability, because
She said he's
if he,
coming in the morning.
right, but if he plan on going back that night or first thing in the morning, is he gonna, get on a flight, if he's leaving at 5 o'clock for a flight, he may not be amenable to doing an evening event. So you might wanna know what that's.
I think if we comp him, pay for his expenses, that we can get either. We can get him to stay the night. I was planning on him staying the night out of respect for the driving.
Right.
And ideally, we put him up in the hotel where the event's
Right.
taking place, if it's Marriott or whatever.
Boston. So that's why I chose the 12th. I really did push him to have the 12th to arrive, because on Thursday evenings, he leaves for Boston. He teaches in Boston. So on Tuesday, he'll arrive Tuesday morning, stay the night, and leave Wednesday morning. And he can return back to North Carolina. If he comes in early on Tuesday morning, if we have an agenda for him, then maybe one of us can be designated to assist him with getting to and from all of these different places. If we want to have a planning, a meeting with the other city planners, then again, just meet with him, have whatever, and then let him ride our transit system. You know, we plan on having him here housed at the Marriott, right?
Yeah, probably likely.
Ride him around on the
Let him
tide.
ride our ferry, let him ride, if we have everyone meet in Portsmouth, and then move from Portsmouth to Norfolk, he'll be able to ride the ferry or the light rail or, city bus, or just walk through our downtown area a little bit. And then he can go back to the hotel and relax for a little while until it's time for our general membership meeting. Then he'll be refreshed, he'll come back, and he'll meet more of our, our citizens, and make sure everything's prepared for him. And hopefully we'll get a lot of people joining.
Yeah, I was just say, if somebody could get me like a PDF flyer of the event and the times and all, I can move it back through the Economic Development Authority in Portsmouth,
Okay.
through our executive director, for he can reach back out to all the other executive directors for the other cities.
We need Keith for that, true?
So we need something.
No, we don't
professionally
need
done.
Keith for that, and
And that would be really great to have the Economic Development Authorities aware of HRPTA, because I would be willing to bet many of them won't really. So give them a real good reason to come out when you talk about the city planner, that we get out to the cities through the Economic Development Authority.
What about, Ports Authority? Ports,
That's about what?
downtown, I mean, Portsmouth, the terminal,